I do have this like what if kind of thread running through at least some of certainly my comic writing and then the first couple novels, for sure. I am very interested in kind of like alternate history or alternate ideology kind of question. So for the thing that started it all, the graphic novel, The Last West, it was, what if all progress stopped in the 1940s? All, scientific and cultural progress stopped. What might the future today look like? So that was kind of like the spark behind that one. So it was a question of time and, how certain events can affect time. So that was the start of the first one. And then the first novel, Skybound, I wanted to write about the old chestnut of science versus religion. It was a thing that I've been interested in my entire life. Um, so the premise behind that one is one day something appears in the sky. We don't know what it is, but we do know that it stopped the rotation of the planet. And scientists are trying all over the globe to figure out what it is. So you have the science community grappling with what this thing might be, and of course the opposing thought is the religious community seeing it as something very, very different. How do those two things bounce off each other? And then the best way for me to kind of tell that story was through the story of two siblings, one who is a priest and one who happens to be a scientist, and how they grapple with this event on a personal level in their hometown, and how does that what they're going through kind of reflect a larger kind of question that people are asking themselves. So that's what I wanted to write about, and it sounds like a big thing to bite off, but when I landed on these two siblings, then the story like kind of really crystallized for me. So that was that. And then the second novel, Data Mining, I mean, I think it's a pretty prescient question, which is around privacy, and can people really know you through your data? So the main character in that one is a data miner, and the premise for that is that at some point we get fed up with the fact that elites can ruin everything for people. So the price you have to pay for being an elite, whether that be a celebrity or a rich person, is you get fitted with what they call a data harvester. You have to wear it. It's like government mandated, and it harvests all your data. And we pay an industry of people called data miners to watch what they're doing. So we have an eye on all of these people that are going to affect all of our lives. So that became the main character of that novel, and we follow her as she's uncovering something pretty sinister happening with one of the people she's in charge of the mining the data for, who happens to be a presidential candidate. Which, by the way, made it really hard to advertise that book on Facebook and Instagram, because anything involving the presidents was flagged and as not being allowed
Yeah,
to,
they thought you
in
were.
the
They thought
metadata. So it made
they
it really tricky.
they thought you were a Russian bot, right?
They thought I was saying stuff about, whatever, and I was not. I had to keep responding, no, it's fiction, it's a book. Just let the Facebook ad go out, it's fine. And ultimately there's ways of working around it. So you can see how, I mean, those are some of the themes. And then the trilogy that I'm writing now involves stuff that's actually like circumstantially in the news all the time now, which is rare earth elements. I 4 or 5 years ago, I found this article about how important rare earth elements are to us, and we don't even realize it. Like, it powers all of our technology, is these metals, and they're in short supply on the planet, and that China controls like 90% of the mining of these elements. So it was a pretty much a slam dunk. That was also a pandemic one, because during the pandemic I discovered the show Deadliest Catch, and became obsessed with watching these people pull crabs out of the North Atlantic, or the North Sea rather. So I wanted to write a Deadliest Catch in Space story, which is, there's one place where there's lots of rare earth elements, and it's on asteroids. So we just have to figure out how to catch them, and that's basically what the rare earth trilogy that I'm writing now is about. So, but you see it all the time. I mean, that big blow up between our current leader and Zelensky in the Oval Office. It was around the day that they were going to sign the Rare Earths Treaty, and they just last week signed a treaty. Like we're constantly talking about rare earth elements now, so I'm like, hey, free advertising.
Yeah.